Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another Cranky Gun Reviews shotgun shell reloading bench video. So today I wanted to do what is my favorite 410 kind of defensive load. I did all that testing on those 410 slugs. I had a lot of kind of disappointing results and things like that when I shot them. Buckeye Ballistics and I kind of collaborated on that. He sent me a bunch of the slugs and I cut them all apart and did some testing. He had tested them all in his videos and we had some pretty poor results. Now, a round that I have had good luck with out of my Governor and also out of my shotguns when I had the Stevens 301, which I believe had a full choke in it, I had really good luck with these shots and I gave a bunch of them to a buddy of mine. He was able to actually dispatch some raccoons who were killing his chickens. So I know they work. What it is, these are once fired Fiocchi hulls. I'm using a standard primer, just a regular standard primer, and I'm using Lil Gun powder, which is a good Hodgkin powder, and you put the Hodgkin powder in there, Hodgkin, however you pronounce it. I have some Claybuster wads, throw one of those in there, and then what I'm using for the load is 4 balls of triple-aught buck. So these are some pretty big rounds. Obviously they're bigger than double-aught buck. It's a triple-aught buck, so they're about 35 caliber. And I'm gonna put 4 of those, whoops, if I don't knock my shell over, I'm gonna put 4 of those inside the round. And then I have some 410 overshot cards that I bought from Precision Reloading. Push that down on top, and then I'll give it a little bit of a compression with the press. Stick it in my handy dandy vise here that I bought off of eBay. And I have some Precision Reloading roll crimpers that work phenomenally well on these 410 shells. And I'm taking my Sharpie and I'm writing the letter L on top of the overshot card, so I know that I loaded this with Lil Gun powder. So very simple load to make. They're not very expensive to make. You can buy, I think, what is this, 5 pounds of this Hornady triple-aught buckshot that's already pre-made. I think this was like $32 or $35. I think I bought it from Midway USA. So it's not really that expensive, and you can load a couple, and probably like 150 to 200 of these with that 5-pound bucket. So again, pretty simple. Start off with a primer. Give yourself a predetermined amount of powder. And for those of you that want to know what the entire recipe for this is, I'm going to put a little bit longer video up on my Rumble account, which is Cranky Gun Reviews, all one word on Rumble. I don't have a lot of followers on Rumble, but I'm trying to duplicate all of my videos, or at least a lot of them over there, in the event that this platform ever would go kaput or they decide that they don't want any freedom content on their channel anymore. So if you want to check out and find out what the full recipe for this is, I'll put a little bit longer video up on Rumble. So again, my 4 pellets of triple-aught buck, an overshot card, give it a little bit of compression, and then roll crimp it. And for anybody who wants to start out doing this, it's not that expensive. You can buy either pre-primed hulls off of Precision Reloading or Ballistic Products Incorporated. These are, again, Fiocchi hulls, so you can buy these pre-primed in batches of 100. You can find them on a gun site that brokers purchases, if you get my drift. And these Fiocchi shells tend to roll crimp very, very well. So I'll finish this one up and then I'll give you guys a close-up of some of these that I've done. So this is what they look like when they're done. Nice roll crimps on there. They have the nice overshot cards holding all the powder and the shot together and making sure that you have compression on these, because one thing I learned the last time I went out to the range with some of my reloaded shells, previous videos I had talked about using these little foam cutouts that I make with the craft paper. These do not work good for overshot cards. They're too soft. They actually allow too much flex, and sometimes when you pull the trigger, instead of getting a bang, you get a poop and it just goes and the components fall out the end of the barrel. Never had a bore obstruction doing that, but if that ever happens and you pull the trigger and it goes poop or pop instead of bang, make sure you open your barrel up and check your chamber to make sure you don't have an obstruction in your barrel. So thanks again for watching another short edition of Cranky Gun Reviews from the reloading bench with my 410 defensive loads. These are around 1200, 1250 feet per second out of a shotgun barrel, and they have 4 pellets of triple-aught buck using little gun powder and a standard primer. So check back for more of these short videos. Thanks.